Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for TAO price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis. Starting on the daily chart for the overview for the bullish and the bearish scenario. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 impulse toward the upside, finished wave A or a wave 1. After both case scenario, you would like to see of course 3 corrective wave where we saw a very choppy wave toward the downside, a W, X and a Y. We have finished potential wave 2 or wave B in this area. You're looking for an impulse as 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5. However, after this impulse toward the upside, we saw again a very choppy wave, corrective wave similar exactly to this one. And I believe that this wave and this one are matching 100%, especially with the characteristic of it. And I see that this is a big W, X, and a Y. I know that this is looking like an impulse. However, it can be still, of course, as a WXY, especially that we're looking at this wave 5. It looks like a much more like 3 waves rather than an impulse. Therefore, I believe that this correction is tending to be, of course, a bigger correction here for a wave A, B, and a C potentially, or looking for a 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5 toward the upside. The best target for this scenario is the 1-to-1 Fib level taken from the top of this wave to the bottom of it, and based on the wave X here, and giving us, of course, a 1-to-1 Fib level between the $160 and the $150 for TAO. Basically, we did not reach this Fib level, and we are still, of course, potentially looking for lower prices. And that because, of course, this corrective wave here, after finishing 3 waves down, 3 waves up, you're still looking, of course, for something to be finished. Exactly as the same area here that we got a very long wave toward the downside, then an impulse, kind of like impulsive wave, and then a very overshooting wave toward the downside. This might, of course, repeat right now, almost with the same case scenario as kind of like a zigzag. And finishing, of course, a very complex structure in 3 waves, a W, X, and a Y. Now, if we dive a little bit deeper inside this area on the 4-hour chart, we can see that this correction wave is kind of like ABC, or of course a W, X, and Y internally as well inside a wave Y. Normally, I don't like to call a WXY inside a main wave Y. Of course, it's not a rule, but it's a guideline. It's not really nice to call another WXY. It is preferably to see a very simple structure inside it. But my problem is with this wave here exactly, which is repeating the history again here. So basically a lot of complex correction in this chart. But basically it is very clear that it looks like, of course, kind of like ABC or WXY here. We're still looking for one more wave to finish this structure here as ABC internally. Now you have finished here an impulse, but yeah, I think that we still need, of course, to see one more leg toward the downside to create first balance with this move, and second, a bigger balance, of course, with those 2 legs, and third, a bigger balance with the main wave here to match 100%. All right. So this is what I'm seeking after it. If we take, of course, as well the Fib levels in confluence, you will see here this wave Y. Of course, it is a very wide range for this target as a wave Y, meaning if you're looking at W, X, and a Y, this blue box here, which it can be, of course, your range, wide range for the wave Y. However, you can see that the 1-to-1 Fib level for this wave taken from here is at $162 as well. In confluence, as you can see with the 162 again, with this wave here taken from the top to the down bottom here, and based on that X, it gives us exactly the same target, 100% the same target. So very interesting. So I see, of course, that this blue box is the highest potential to be hit again, with one more leg toward the downside, finishing wave Y, and then start to look for higher again for TAO. And the targets, of course, for this scenario might reach, of course, the 1-to-1 fib level taken from the A here to the B and to the C. This is, of course, a logarithmic fib level. If we remove the logarithmic scale, of course, we're looking therefore for the linear one, which is much more possible actually first, and preferably to hit the 900, of course, before talking about the logarithmic chart here. However, of course, if this unfolds kind of like such a wave, this might be playing, of course, your wave 1 anyway, meaning wave 2 is gonna be unfolding on the way, then 3, 4, and a 5 to take us back, of course, into the logarithmic scale later on. Here we go. Right, so this is what I'm aiming for right now. I'm looking, of course, first for this linear fib level. However, as a conclusion, I see still that the target still need to unfold in this area. I'm gonna remove this big blue box because it's too much. All what we need is this blue area. I still see, of course, one more wave toward the downside, knowing that this looks like an impulse. On the micro here, this looks like kind of an impulse toward the upside, but don't forget that this happened already in the history. It looks like an impulsive 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 potentially. Well, the wave 5 is very here is unfolding, of course, as an impulse. So I would call that this has finished, yeah, even. If you are in 1, 2 and you're looking for a finish wave 3 here, because this is your 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 for a wave 3, in case we are looking for higher, you are looking first for lower and then moving toward the upside. But why I don't see it as an impulse and I see it much more as corrective, here is why. Yeah, we are still, of course, on the 1-to-1 fib level almost. If you take the impulse, minimum target 1.27 was not hit for a wave 3. The wave 3 is finished. Therefore, higher potentials that this is a wave C in ABC, and you're looking, of course, for lower one more time again. And this happened exactly in this area. To repeat for you, here we go. This looks like an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we dropped, even taking the low again. And I believe that this might happen, of course, one more time. I believe this has turned, of course, into a something corrective as potentially 3 ways up correction, an impulse, and of course moving toward the downside. This might repeat almost the same, even if we see a little bit higher prices potentially, that we move a little bit more to hit this blue zone. Don't forget, on X today we have uploaded many coins as well. We have Widget, BGB, and we have the CRV, FET, and Solana updated on X, and potentially much more coins to be updated today. So of course make sure to follow and to stay updated. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.